Let's do it like this. We're standing here. Det blir på engelska because we have Mr. ODEE with us. We like to call him the e-sport president of Europe.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah,
you like that
that's cool.
title?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Because you're not as famous as maybe BDS or some of those guys, but if you look at the what kallas det?
The impact.
Yeah. The impact and the
range.
What you have done, it's pretty impressive. I mean, you won the CGS.
Yeah, that was good.
And
nice bunch of money.
And you're running one of the biggest esport companies in Europe, actually.
At the moment, yeah. And to think that it all started from Battlefield 1942 is a bit crazy, to be honest.
Yeah. You still love that game, you said earlier.
Yeah. I was playing it a couple of weeks ago, 42. I've been waiting for Bad Company 2 to come out for ages.
Have you played the beta for Bad Company?
Yeah, I've been owning noobs for weeks, just shooting down some trees and just picking them off down the hill. It was good fun.
What do you think of the game? Because Graykan said to me it fucking sucks compared to Modern Warfare.
Compared to Modern Warfare, I really like it. It's the best Battlefield game by far since 42, I think. It's just like the movement, the game, the feel of the game. I'm not so sure about like pixel shooting and stuff like that. The actual aspects of the game are still going to be in there, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare. But competitively, I think it's going to be really good.
What do you think that DICE have the magic touch for that kind of game, or what makes it good? Because in my point of view, it sucks as esports. I mean, tanks and stuff like that. What's up with that?
Yeah, traditional esports. Yeah, probably. It's and also 8v8 matches. Nobody ever liked that, and that's kind of how Dignitas started. We had 14 players in a team, and we were sending 14 players to a LAN in Germany to win some cases. That's how we started.
How the hell do you arrange 14 people? Because I know that most organizations, when it comes to Counter-Strike, it's hard to make 5 people communicate in a good way. I mean, 14, that's... It's insane.
Well, when we were playing it, it was for the love of the game, obviously. But, yeah, it was crazy. We had Swedes driving through Denmark to pick up Germans, and me flying with a big tower case in a box to Stuttgart, driving up somewhere into the middle of Germany and sleeping in a car in a car park somewhere in Germany. But we just went to play. That's my esports. My esports are players that want to compete. I don't care what game. I don't care if it's the big CS 1.6 games or Trackmania. To me, esports is esports. If you want to compete and you want to be the best, put the effort in and compete. That's it.
I mean, if you want to run it as a company, it has to have Intel as sponsor and shit like that. But okay, Dignitas have that, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, of course. Without the sponsors, all esports teams are dead in the water to do what we do now. But luckily, there are companies like Intel and Alienware that support us so well. Support not just the teams, they support the events and massive events as well. This event has shocked me. I've never seen a hall that big for gaming. It's my first time to see it as well. But yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger. Last year was a bit of a nightmare, I think, for everybody financially with the recession. But this year's already starting to recover, I'm sure.
You're almost the only team sponsored by Intel in Europe right now. Right?
There are a couple. You've got Attacks.
We checked their webpage. The Intel logo is gone.
Is it? I didn't know that. As far as I'm aware, they were still sponsored.
Yeah.
And in Faculty as well.
But a few years ago, it was more team sponsored by Intel.
Yeah.
Now it's more focused on Extreme Masters.
Yeah, maybe. And obviously Intel changed how they see their position. Obviously, a lot of the money that they were sponsoring teams have gone into like events like this, and that's just as important.
How important is it to have Intel as a sponsor for your organization?
For Dignitas, it's vital. They've supported us. We've just signed another deal with them, so it's 4 years they've been supporting us. But it's not just the financial support; it's all the backup support that they supply as well. It's just from computers down to like delivering computers from Belgium to an event in England, down to chips, obviously, that we use. And it's something for the players as well to use. We need high-power chips. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sponsored on European level or only UK?
We deal with Intel UK. Yeah. Obviously, they come under Europe, so. But yeah, vital. They support us really well.
You have here at CeBit, you have a World of Warcraft team.
Yep, we signed them New Year's Eve, I think. Announced them there. At the time, obviously, I was completely new, but World of Warcraft, and I've had to have a crash course on learning what the hell all the spells are and actually learning the game. But I must say, the last 2 events I've been to, I've had more fun at these 2 events than I have for a very long time. The team we have are just awesome. They're good fun.
I mean, if you look at the scene for World of Warcraft, it's basically a pro scene. There's is it 10 teams or something? And you get the impression that they are like children. They whine extremely on forums and stuff like that. The only thing they're interested in is like some kind of hate attacks against others. Most worse than 1.6 scene in the semi-leagues.
I think probably every game has people that whine on forums. To be honest, I'm not one for forums, so I haven't really bumped into any of that. But from meeting all the teams over the last couple of events, they all seem to get on very well. They all have good fun. I haven't seen any animosity between teams, apart from obviously when they play like any game you want to win. No, I haven't seen that yet.
As usual. Yeah. Friends in real life, but
deadly enemies on the internet.
Yeah. True, but also like the amount of fans that the scene has that is astounding. Our team, particularly Hydra, our priest, the following he has is amazing.
What do you think of the future for WoW as esports? I mean, it seems that it's declining.
Yeah, I've been told this compared to last year, but also I think I hate to use the phrases everybody uses it, the financial situation from the recession, it's still not fully recovered. I don't know, Blizzard seems to support it really well.
But Blizzard doesn't exactly do anything to make it easy to run a tournament. I mean, you have to have a license, and there's like 5 companies in the world who have a license. I mean, for a game like Counter-Strike or any other game basically out there, you can start a server, kick out the tournament, and really build a community surrounding the game. World of Warcraft, I mean, you're depending on Blizzard's good faith.
Yeah, I'll be my normal diplomatic self. I'll leave that one to Blizzard. But from what I've seen so far, I've been quite pleased with the scene. Quite pleased, very pleased with the tournaments. MLG hasn't announced World of Warcraft yet, but hopefully they do. And if they do, we'll be off there in April, I hope.
They are going deeply into the fighting scene, back to their roots. I mean, they started with the Brawl back in early blah blah.
Yep.
And now they're going to support Tekken, probably Street Fighter and Brawl again. What do you think about the fighting scene in esports today?
The fighting scene it's like underground. I've seen it in the UK, and they're literally the events they have. Only the people in the scene know what's going on. But there are so many people that are into the fighting games. The American scene is massive, obviously. I learned some of it when I was in CGS. Again, I'm not an expert on it, but from the player that we have, Zach Bennett, and what he showed me and told me about the scene, it's really, really good, and it's flourishing. So if they do add it, it's one of those games, but mainstream. So the mainstream games, FIFA, football games, fighting games, racing games, it's easy for people to understand, anybody to understand, so they're always going to be big.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the past. I mean, you won the CGS, you were part of that big circus. Just recently, DJ Wheat started talking about what actually happened. Do you have anything you can share with us?
I was actually listening to that, waiting to hear something new, but I didn't hear anything new on that night, so I was quite disappointed with DJ Wheat. To be honest, CGS for me was great. I really enjoyed it. Obviously my team won and I won a lot of money.
Have you received the money?
Yeah, we got it like 3 days later.
Oh, so American esports at its finest.
I can't complain. I went into CGS selfishly. So when we discussed what should I do, what should we do, obviously I was still clinging into Dignitas, but in the back, from behind, but CGS I was fronting Birmingham Salvo. So I went into it selfishly. They were paying me a lot of money to do something that I love doing, and I got a wife and 3 kids, so I can't complain. We won the World Championship, went off to Disneyland, so my kids were happy, so can't beat that.
10 minuter.
Ja, vi håller på att tappa YouTube-tiden här. We have to hold everything under 10 minutes, so...
Inte bra.
Inte bra alls. Kan du inte säga